How was Jen Long? Fantastic, right? And what about Oz? Has everybody had a fun day so far today? Can everybody just a big thank you, David? I don't know about any of the rest of you, but I feel so privileged and so honored to be here, and I feel even specialer to be here with each and every one of you. And I want to send one more shout out to Emily, because if you don't know her, you want to get to know her. She's corporate, and I'll tell you, she's got the biggest heart, and she wants every single one of you to succeed. And it's really neat to see. So thank you, Emily, for loving us the way you do. So David and Emily invited me to speak and asked me to speak about the compound effect. So this means basically doing an activity over and over and over again, and what do you end up compounding over time? So when I thought about this, there's many activities we do in building a network marketing business, yes? What's the number one most important thing that you do? Invite people or recruit into your business. So if I'm going to pick one activity that I would like you all to focus on to build a very large organization, to affect people positively one person at a time, the thing that I would tell you I would like you to compound is your recruiting skills. Basically, how you invite people into your business. Over time, this will grow you a very, very, very large organization. But it starts small. You know how it starts? One at a time. And I started 2 years and 2 months ago exactly the way every single one of you started. I put a person on my right and I put a person on my left. So all of us are building a binary, which means 2. And I'm suggesting the skill you want to master, the skill you want to compound is recruiting. It's learning to invite. All the rest of that stuff that we can do, that we can be busy with, will not build you a very big business over time. So one of the things that I teach my team constantly is that this is not a sprint. It's a marathon. So what does that mean? That means I don't want you to open up your phone and find 500 people that you could text today about X39, even though I know you're really excited about X39. I want you to do it over time. And the reason is, over time, you will compound. Over time, your skill will grow. Over time, your belief will grow. Over time, your ability to talk to people will grow. So that's why I want you to compound your ability to recruit. So I build this business in a little bit every day. And every one of you is different. Each one of you owns your business from yourself down. That is your organization. That is your team. But what I like to do is something that I can be successful at every single day. So you want to know what my goal is? 3 people a day. If you can talk to 3 people a day about X39, the compounding effect you will have in your business over time will rock your world. If you think you can talk to 3 people a day, please stand up. Okay, it looks like the entire room is standing up, correct? Guess what that means? You all can build a really big business. It's incredible, right? So, how do we do this? What I recommend that you do is you focus on the recruiting. For me, I'm a mom, I'm a woman, I got a life. I'm sure that even the men in here have busy lives too, just like us girls, right? So for me, I like to build this business in the nooks and crannies of my life, which means I don't wake up and decide at 9 o'clock I'm going to do this, and at 10 o'clock I'm going to do this, and 11 o'clock I'm going to do this, and 12 o'clock I'm going to do this. I build this business in between whatever's going on in my day. So am I scheduled like all of you? Yes. I wake up on Monday morning, I'm like, okay, I have this Zoom, I have this 3-way call, I have this, and then other things show up. But I build the business in between whatever's going on in my life. Why? Part of the reason why we build a network marketing opportunity, in my delusion, is so that we can have a life. So why would you give up your whole life in order to build this business? It's how to do the 2 at the same time. And so for me, the compounding effect works amazing. So that's my small goal. Every single day, 3 people a day. Do I take Saturday off? No. Do I take Sunday off? No. So at the end of 1 week, if you do 3 people a day, you will have talked to how many people? 21. We got mathematicians in here. At the end of 2 weeks, how many people will you talk to? 42. At the end of 3 weeks? Uh-oh, the math's going down. How many? Okay, and the end of 4 weeks? 100 and what? 84. Okay, so after you've talked to 84 people about your business, do you think your business is starting to grow? Yes. What's happening? Your belief is going up. What else is happening? You've been using the product now for 4 weeks. I bet you things going on in your personal body is changing because you, like me, is experiencing wonderful things from using the X39. So your belief is going to go up. You're going to start to get more yeses in the business. Now, I will tell you, even Onyx Coale does not get a yes every time I invite somebody into my business. I don't care. My goal is not to get 3 yeses a day. What was my goal? Talk to 3 people a day. So if I talk to 3 people today and all 3 are a no, not now, because it's not a no never, it's a no not now. So if all 3 of them were a no, did I have a successful day or a failure? I had success. So my goal is 3 people a day, compounded over time. And I never take a day off. I never take a day off. Okay, so don't take Saturday and Sunday off and think you're going to kick back into this. This is doable every single day, right? Everybody in the room stood up, correct? All right. So I'm going to give you all a tip that has nothing to do with compounding. Some of you all are very addicted to doing things new. You want to do it a new way the next day, and the new way the next way, and you will derail your success. So what I suggest that you do is you shift until you figure out what's working for you. Every one of you in this room is different. There is no one way to invite people into your X39 business. There's multiple ways that work. The key is what way works for you. When you find that way, don't change. Keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. I remember when Peter got to senior presidential, he called me. He's like, okay, Onyx, what do we do now? And I said, exactly the same thing. What? I said, never stop doing what we're doing. What do you mean? I shouldn't go into management mode? No, we're not going into management mode. We're staying recruiting. 3 people a day, 3 people a day, 3 people a day, 3 people a day, and watch your business build. Now, last night I had several people talk to me about building a binary, and it's, again, nothing to do with a compounding effect. Everybody knows we're building a binary, right? Okay, that means what? 2. Do y'all want to do this business easy or hard? Okay, so if you want to do it easy, we're going to build how many legs? So people were asking me last night, how do I build this? What positioning should I be putting people in? So I will tell you what I would do, but I will also tell you each and every one of you should latch on to your active upline, and if they tell you something different and that works for you, then do what they say. Stay in your organization, basically in your upline organization. But for me, what I do, what I tell my team is I'm only building 2 legs, which means everybody that goes into my business goes into my outside right or my outside left. Everybody. What if I put my mother as the first person on the right leg? Do I put my best friend on her interior leg? No. Everybody I go in my business goes to my outside right or my outside left. Now, I recommend you keep groups of people together. What does that mean? If you put your mother and your sister in the business, don't put your mother on the right leg and your sister on the left leg. Put both of them on the right leg. Put the girls you go out and have a glass of wine with together. Put the people that you work with together. The people you play soccer with together. The people you go to the gym. Don't separate people between legs, because what will happen is your uncle will say, I want to come into the business. And now he's scratching his head going, wait a minute. Mother's on the right leg, sister's on the left leg. Which business center should I join? So keep your people together. But the binary is the most amazing compensation plan in network marketing. You know why? It's very simple. And if you want to have a very big business, invite women. Invite women into your business. You know why? We're really good at talking. We like people. Invite women into your business. Now, what you're going to find is that it will grow you a very big business over time. So let's go back to the compounding effect. What is your job? What do I think that you all need to do if I was going to recommend you compound one thing? Recruiting. So every morning, I would be thinking to myself, my job today is to master the dance of inviting. My job today is to master the dance of inviting. And how many people are you doing a day? 3. Okay. Would you like to talk about some ways to master this dance? Yes. Okay. So, what was one of my clues? Women, right? Okay, girls. Is there any girls in this room? Guess what I learned about us? We like to talk a lot, right? So, if you want to be successful in this business, what I would encourage you to do is to listen more and talk less. That's really hard. When I started in this business, the first time, and my friends would look at me like, where'd Onyx go? They didn't want to have anything to do with me. And I had to learn to stop throwing up with all of my words over all of my friends and listen more. So it's a dance. What are you dancing with? What are you listening for? I like to talk about the radio station. So when you're dancing with somebody, sometimes you're going to get a yes, sometimes you're going to get a no, correct? All right, will you change the slide for me, please? So this is one of the things that I say to myself. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you win. Oh my gosh, you guys sleeping? Too much lunch? Sometimes you win. Okay, so I'm experiencing the same things you're experiencing. Sometimes I win, sometimes I learn. Either way, it's a win. Because the next time I take the dance floor, I'm going to be better. And the next time I take the dance floor, I'm going to be better. So, one of the things that I have learned is the radio station. When you're listening, remember, girls, we're listening, which is hard for us, I know. The radio station, what are we listening for? We're listening for what's in it for them. Did I say what's in it for Onyx? Did I say what's in it for me? What's in it for them? So here's the interesting part. You might have said yes to the person who invited you into this business because you had a health issue and you wanted to see if this patch would make a difference in your life. You might have said yes to the person who invited you into this business because you wanted to change your family's life. You wanted to have an opportunity. Do you know right now in the United States of America, 1 million people a month are resigning from their jobs, and not because of mandates. They don't want to go back to work. We're 4 million people in the last 4 months in the United States of America. What do you think those people are trying to figure out, you all? How to make a living from home. If there was ever a more wonderful time to be in network marketing, I don't know when it is, because this is it. But if you all are so busy talking, and you're not listening to the radio station about what's in it for them, you're going to miss the opportunity. So to learn how to dance with somebody, you're listening to the radio station. What's in it for them? Make sense? Okay. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you win. Okay. One of the things that I have learned is that most of us need to subtract instead of add. We think we need to add more. We need to say more. We need to learn more. We need to figure out how to do the back office. We need to share more. It's not usually the case. What we usually need to do is subtract. Usually we're giving too much information. We're talking too much. Spend more time listening. Sometimes you win. Okay, another way that I like to build this business is I like to gift patches. So in the last organization that I built many moons ago, one of the reasons we did $1 billion in the first 3.5 years is because we gifted. So this is a gifting business if you want to gift. Now, I don't gift to everybody that I talk to. Some of my 3 people a day do receive a gift, but it's the last thing that I do. So if you're listening to the radio station, many times you can get people to say yes because David offers us a 30-day money-back guarantee. So it's like a risk-free trial, you all. But sometimes you can't get them all the way over, so I choose to gift. You don't have to gift. I choose to gift patches sometimes. If I gift patches, I tend to gift 3, 6, or 9 patches. Again, it's your business. You can gift patches if you want to gift. You don't have to give the number that I gift, but that is what I tend to do. If I'm going to gift, do you all want to know what I do? Okay, so these patches are precious to me. And if I'm going to gift you some patches, I have 2 rules. Number 1, I put the first patch on you. So if I'm standing in front of them and I'm going to give them a gift of some of the patches, I'm literally peeling off the patch and saying, lift up your hair, let me stick the first patch right on you. If they're not going to let you put the first patch on them, they're probably going to take that home and not use it, right? Okay. Second thing is, if I'm going to gift you patches, guess what else I'm going to do? I'm going to get your phone number or your Facebook or your email, because if I'm gifting you patches, guess who's calling them back? Me. I'm not waiting for them to call me. I'm following up with them. So if they're going to receive a gift of patches from me, I'm going to stick the first one on them, and I'm going to get the ability to follow up with them. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Okay. When you become predictable in this business, in other words, when you get really good at the dance, okay, I know when she steps forward, I'm going to step back. When he steps forward, I'm going to step forward, etc. That's when you're actually going to see your business is going to explode. In the beginning, I recommend you be ignorance on fire. And I know that sounds crazy. Some of you are like high C and high S personalities, and you want to know everything. I need to know what crystals are in there. I need to know what frequencies are in there. I need to know how to use the back office. I need to know where to put everybody. I need to know what countries we're open in. I need to have blah, 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 blah. Don't do that. It's not needed. Be ignorance on fire. You know what I like to call it? On-the-job training. On-the-job training. So the questions you're going to need to answer are the questions that the people that you interact with ask you. So when they ask you a question that you don't know, it is so awesome. So what I say to them is, you know what? I don't know the answer to that question, but I will get back to you. Guess what just happened? You got an ability to call them back. You got an ability to reconnect with them to answer their question. And when you all do that, guess what you show them? That you're interested in them and you're going to help them succeed in the business. You're not just putting them in the business and dropping them. So I love it when somebody asks me a question that I can't answer. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you learn. Okay, you want some more dance moves? Okay. One of the things that I like to do is to give compliments and to make people laugh. And so I don't know a girl out there that doesn't like to hear a compliment about her hair or her dress or her smile or her eyes or her makeup or whatever's going on. I love to give compliments. I love to make people laugh. When you give compliments and you make people laugh, guess what happens? Their heart wall goes down. And now they can hear what you're saying. But what are you practicing doing? Not talking so much. Listening more. So what do I tend to do? I tend to ask a question, and then I be quiet, and I listen for the answer. Now, I will tell you, when I meet somebody, I don't always tell them about X39 the first time I meet them. I was in Indianapolis 4 or 5 days ago, and I get into an Uber, and the lady's like, oh, what are you doing here? I said, oh, I came up here to see a chiropractor. Really? I said, I want to tell you about my product. It'd be good for chiropractors. And I said, oh, okay. I said, is it an MLM? And she said, absolutely. And I was like, awesome, right? Oh my gosh, perfect. So she tells me about a product, and I said, wow, that's really cool. I said, I do network marketing too. You do? I said, yes, I do. I love network marketing. You do? I said, sure. Would you like to learn a little bit about my product? And she's like, yes. I said, great, give me your card, and I'll text you later. I didn't tell her a thing. I told her nothing. I left the Uber, and later that night, I texted her. And she looks at everything, and she's like, this is really a cool product. I said, yes, I know. And I like a product that has a very big group of people interested. Do you know anybody interested in stem cells? Hello? Is anybody interested in stem cells, right? So she's like, oh, this makes perfect sense. I said, yeah, I know. So how do I move forward? And I began moving her forward in the process. But what am I doing? I'm listening and talking less. I don't have to tell her everything to have her interested in joining my business. Does that make sense? Sometimes you win. You're not always going to jump in an Uber that you're going to have somebody interested in, but many times you will. Sometimes you win. So, everybody in this room is part of a particular organization, and I would encourage you to stick with your active upline. If you're here and the person who sponsored you here is not here, you need to figure out who in this room is here that is part of your upline. Because whoever is in this room, you know they are active in the business and they're interested in building business. So if you're in their team, you want to latch onto them and run together. So figure out who your active upline is. Some of you are here without your sponsors. They're not here. It's okay. It's okay. Some of you are going to be bigger than your sponsors, and that's okay too. So I wanted to let you all know that I treat my business like a business. So what does that mean? It means that I don't have my business in my personal name. At the end of every year, what do you all get? A 1099, correct? I think we all pay taxes here, correct? Yes. So if you're running your business in your personal name, you're not getting any write-offs. This is going to be huge for some of you. So if you all run your business in a corporation instead, you can write off your year's worth of auto ship. You can write off your phone bill. You can write off some of your gas. You may be able to write off many other things. I don't know. You'd have to talk to your accountant. But for many of you, instead of spending $1,200 on auto ship, if you put it in a corporation, you might actually get a tax refund. You guys get this? So I treat my business like a business. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you learn. Okay. You guys want to play a little game? Okay. So one of the things that I love for everybody to get is that network marketing is the most amazing business walking on the planet. And I will tell you, my whole life, I ran from network marketing. I mean, they came close to me, get away from me, I don't want to have anything to do with that stuff. I would run. I would run. And it wasn't until the babysitter's parents approached me and approached me and approached me and approached me, I think it took 4 or 5 times before I actually looked and saw the circles being drawn for the first time. So this is an amazing business because anybody can be successful. Anybody. It doesn't matter your race. It doesn't matter your creed. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your education. It doesn't matter if you're a boy. It doesn't matter if you're a girl. It doesn't matter if you live in Malaysia or you live in America or you live in Poland. It doesn't matter. You can be successful in this business. So what I want you all to understand is there's nothing different than me than there is in any one of you. When I started this business, I said yes to a girlfriend who called me up and said, hey, have you heard of X39? And I said, no. I'm sitting in Santorini, Kathy. I haven't heard of this before. She said, well, do you know what photobiomodulation is? And I said, actually, I do. She said, I knew you would know that. And she began to tell me about it. Now, what I want you all to understand is there's nothing special about me. I said yes to Kathy. I went on an inside leg, and I built 2 legs. I built 2 legs, just like everybody in this room. So let's play a little game to see how similar you are to me. If I'm a girl, and if you're a girl, would you please stand up and say, that's me? Okay, sit back down. If I say something that matches who you are, stand up and say, that's me. I love LifeWave. Nice. This one's tricky. I love X39. Okay. I'm an entrepreneur. Nice. I focus my business on recruiting. Nice. I work my business every day. Good. I'm obsessed with helping others grow. Nice. I want the best for people. I'm in the right group. I own a corporation. Okay. I wear X39 every day. Nice. I have 2 or more people on my team. And everyone that just stood up and said you have 2 or more, I want to tell you a secret. You're a leader. I think David Schmidt is a genius. That's you? X39 has changed my life. I'm proud to be an MLM distributor. Nice. Sometimes I win, sometimes I learn. I'm grateful for such an amazing product. You guys are rocking. See how similar we are? I am a life changer. Nice. I change lives for a living. I am grateful for my team. I have the best sponsor ever. So, have you all had fun today? Have you learned a couple of things? I want to say thank you to Kathy Rodriguez. She's not with us anymore. I miss her very much, but she invited me into this business and she sponsored me. So if your sponsor is here, you guys, go find them and give them a hug because they're really special people. Look at all the love. David's going to be so happy. All right. Can everyone see that there really is nothing different between you and me? We all put our jeans on one leg at a time. The difference in me and you is that I work my business every day. I believe in the compounding effect. And I know that the only thing I have to do is 3 people a day. And I know sometimes I win. Thank you, everyone.